up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, you guys are going to be watching the initial reactions from me and Dose of Dad as we talk about the Lions' big loss today to the Tennessee Titans. Woo! But before we get this video started, I do want to let you guys know a couple things. We're going to be working on our draft profile videos. We have some college basketball, some college hoops content, and maybe some NBA content as well coming soon. So we're going to start to mix that in. And with me and Dose of Dad, when we get to arguing like that, that ain't new, man. We be doing that all the time. Just a lot of times off camera. But it's all in good fun, man. They're healthy arguments. They're for fun. And, hey, that's sports, man. That's just how it goes sometimes. So, for anybody in the chat, appreciate all of you guys. So appreciate everybody in the chat today. And I will see you guys in the video. And I will also see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Go Lions. And I'm out. Or wait, that's the outro. Enjoy the video.
I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, guys don't know. DoseOfDion, he put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
Question. So if you were a Lions fan back in 1983 and you became a Lions fan in 92, what was your birthday?
That doesn't mean
Answer the question.
That doesn't make any sense.
Wait, just answer it.
If you were a Lions fan in 83 and a Lions fan in 92.
Yeah, when was your birthday?
Obviously before 83.
Right. So what day was it? All right, so welcome back to the show. We got Dose of Dad on the building. This isn't plugged in, but I'm doing it. No, this is take 2, so we're gonna make it better this time. I didn't record last time.
Tell people take 2.
It's okay. They know. They know because I'm gonna ask the same questions. All right, so the first question they would know if they saw the first one. The question I want to ask you is a question I already asked him, so he's gonna have the same answer. What did you feel like was the turning point in today's game? The NBC turning point. By DoseOfDion.
Why'd you call it NBC turning point?
They say that on NBC.
Yeah, but we're not NBC.
The DOD turning point of the game.
I would say the Swift fumble.
Swift fumble. He says a Swift fumble. Why?
Because I think it set the trend of the game. Right, we had a lot of turnovers, and I know from the previous take you're going to mention the fact that we still stopped and got a safety at 2 points. But I still think that's still a big turning point because it's momentum, right? You could have punched it in and got a touchdown and kicked them off. And you could have held them back. They might have punted. But, yeah, you got a safety that's great, but it's still that mindset. You didn't score a touchdown. You were right there.
But I feel like there was a third and long early in that game that we gave up. I cannot exactly remember. So I'll go with my same one, which was the Hawkinson fumble. But I think momentum's true. Yeah. To a point. I mean, that we've still been down 7, but your offense, to score like that, to stop abruptly. Now, we did come back. We scored, made it a 5-point game, but a 6-point game because Prater can't make this point. With Hawkinson, because it was when we were trying to pick up the first, and he didn't get it, and we fumbled. And I think that was coming out of the half. So, yes, it was. It was coming out of the half, and we were down by 9. So, we were moving the ball, I think, and we were at like 25, and he fumbled. So, if we don't fumble...
Because he got the first down.
Right.
He stretched out, got the first down, and then he lost the ball.
It was the goofiest fumble, first off. But that fumble, we could make it a 2-point game right there. That was as close as we would have been all game since the beginning. Yeah. And that's obviously huge momentum to come out of the half to make that happen.
And I think what that does is we know we couldn't stop the run. So the only way you get them to stop running is to get ahead of them.
Yep.
And since we played from behind, they could run all they wanted. And I think that's... we always talk about with the injuries. Yeah, but if you execute, you would have hid your problems on the injuries because you would have made them more one-dimensional. We're hurt. But if you get ahead and you don't turn the ball over, you just got to get up 1 or 2 touchdowns, and it changes their mindset. They can't just keep handing the ball off.
That's and that makes them more one-dimensional for the pass. Yeah, and I think, that's something that this year we haven't been able to do, but it's taken another team out of their game plan. One thing we've had to do was to stick to ours. We've had to change, but we haven't been able to force someone out of theirs. And, Andrew was in the chat this morning, and he was talking about, how the Browns beat him. How do you think they beat him? And he said, we just got to score a lot, take out Henry.
Yeah.
And that's what it really was. And, we knew coming in this game with the injuries, with what they did offensively, with what we were bad at, even full strength, we're pretty bad at it. We just knew on paper there just wasn't going to be good. So we're hoping for a few plays, kind of like the Packers game. And you can't take them out of their game plan when you turn the ball over,
and you're behind.
You're behind. We never could take, momentum in the game. We never could, try to force them out of maybe something that they wanted to do. Maybe put pressure on them. Like you talked about that. There was never pressure on them. The game got to 6, I think was the closest we got it after a field goal. But you never put pressure on good teams, and that's an issue because you didn't make Tannehill beat you. You let Tannehill play through how they like to play, and because I don't think Tannehill's good, but I don't think him as like some great quarterback.
Oh no, you put him on a team like where he was in Miami, right? You can't run the ball. He's not. Who he is. He's not. Yeah, he's not that thrower. But when he can run off play action, right? When you fake the ball and everybody commits to the run, I mean, it's easy.
It's wide
the
open.
bootleg, he ran for 20 yards for a touchdown.
Yep.
Right? On a fake handoff. It's like...
And he's not a running quarterback.
And he's not fast. It just shows you that we just overcommit to it because they were ahead. They could do things like that. We run a bootleg like that, people stay home because we're not that scary as a running team.
Exactly. I think, honestly, there's just all the factors played in this game. You can't stop the run. You can't stop anything. That's been kind of how we've looked at it all
in the
year.
second half. Yeah.
Stop tackling. And overall, it was just an ugly game. It's just that simple. Offensively, defensively. Now, quickly touch on a few positive notes. I said, Stafford in the offensive line. Stafford, we weren't sure if he was going to play. I thought he looked fine.
He stayed
pretty clean.
Yeah.
Second half got hit a little bit, but Big V, he was out. But I felt like the offensive line did good. They gave Stafford some good time, good protection. He wasn't forced to scramble a lot. He was able to stay in the pocket. Your boy Marvin Jones.
Marvin Jones looked really good today, right? I mean, he caught a lot of passes. I was impressed at the third down percentage. At least early, there was a lot of 3rd and 10, a lot of third and 13, and we were picking those up. And Stafford threw really well. I think he might have missed one throw, and with that fade, I don't know where he was throwing that, but that was really, he wasn't really open anyway. But I mean, what I'm impressed with is Galladay went down, and we thought it was over, and they did struggle since they've gone, but Marvin's really stepped up. I mean, Marvin's looked really good, and I don't know if Bevel's changed the scheme, but I see him getting more separation than they were.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's a mental thing that they just couldn't do under Patricia, or he's actually scheming it better, but it seems like they're getting a lot of separation as more people get involved. It's just like you said, though, those untimely fumbles. I mean, you get a first down and Haggis turns the ball over. It's like
that could swing the game.
And then the huge thing, you got Joe Dahl playing center, right? Who never does that. He did have one bad snap, but cost us a sack. But I mean, all in all, I think the offense
when you
looked pretty good.
Seeing the couple of passes where it's like, where was he throwing that? He seems comfortable, even with the injury. He just seems more comfortable. He just seems making plays. It just looks like the older Matthew Stafford that we saw maybe last year. That's what he looks like in the pocket to me. So there's clearly something there. He's playing at a higher level. The numbers, the stats will all tell you that and back that up. But as a team, where this was going to be a team that because at that time we had Patricia, I was like, it's pretty reliant on what Stafford's going to be able to do.
Yeah,
because
he carries them every year.
Yeah, it's clearly not a team that runs the ball well enough. We don't play good enough defense. So unless Stafford plays extremely well to give them a playoff push, these guys are probably going to get fired because that's the mandate put out. That didn't happen, and now we're seeing this team that even if Stafford's playing at a higher level than he was before, it's still not enough. There's just it's just still not enough. You can't overcome mistakes for good teams, like you said, but especially when you can't stop anybody, when you give up 4 straight touchdown drives, there's no chance.
You're going to lose it. But you get 4 straight touchdown drives in the second half.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're not beating anybody. That's like arena football.
It's an issue, and I'm hoping that Sheila Ford, I'm not saying he'll have to get a job or anything. There's still things that I think he needs to prove, but I'm hoping Sheila Ford's able to look a little bit deeper than the score.
I hope they're not making decisions on a game by game basis. I hope they're not. I hope they're looking at it as this franchise has never been consistent. We've never been good. I hope she looks at it as more of the sample size of 10 years and not 10 games, right? I hope she's looking at it as what have we been doing wrong over and over again and what do we need to do different. I just hope that she's not looking at it as week to week. What are we doing? Let's make a decision. I'm hoping that she's looking at it more from a macro view. Bigger picture. Not looking at, scrutinize every game like we do because we're fans. That's what we do. We scream at the TV and we argue about little things that happen on the game. But she owns the team, and she should be looking out way past that and gathering information from way before that, right? They should be looking at a holistic view, not the snapshot of each game, right? Because if that's where their view is, that's why we're having problems because we're too focused on the immediate and not what did we learn from our past and what do we want to do going forward and be more big picture from her role and make sure that same vision cascades down to whoever she hires. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for. I hope she's not hanging on what we're looking at and making snap decisions on what they see out there play to play.
To stay in the games that we've seen Bevel, I mean, she's got to be able to pull out, what's going well, what's not out of the score instead of just saying score bad, you're bad. You got to be able to pull out what's going right and what's not because you won't be able to evaluate who you're bringing in next. And she also needs to make sure she has ways that she's going to evaluate whoever the next person is, whether that's head coach, GM. Because if you don't, then you're never going to know if you're improving. If you don't have a set or somewhere to start or a base, and then you have like certain goals you have to reach, and let's see how to what percentage they can complete that goal.
You got to look at the next 2 games right. I mean, as a fan, you could say, I'm not watching anymore because They're out of the playoffs. The season's over. It's really not over, right? I mean, if you're really into the Lions like we are, right, you got to look at these next 2 games, and we'll do this, like I said, outside of the video. Pretend that we've got some power to the team, which we don't have, right? And look at the games and say what we did well, we didn't do well. What would I want to hire? How would I want this to play out? How will this affect my draft? You know, you can kind of look at the games as there's only 2 left. This football season is really short. You won't see another game with the Lions in it till August, September, 8-9 months away. So kind of look at these 2 games as not as negative things to do because I'm watching my team, but we're not in the playoffs. We're very rarely in the playoffs, so it shouldn't be that big of a shock for anybody that we're not in it. But try and pick some positive things. I have a hard time with it. Try and pick some positive things out of the next 2 games. For me, I'm looking at it, I get to see Brady play, right? You don't know when he's going to stop playing. I'd like to see how they do against different teams and their motivations. Now, how does Bevel bounce back from being smacked around by the Titans, right? Yeah, you won a game. Oh, great. You know, we're all excited. You go to Green Bay. Nobody expects you to win that. And we play them at home, and you're close, right? So now he's got maybe a little momentum team. Game 3, you just got smacked in front of everybody. Now, how does him and his team deal with that on the following Sunday? That's a bigger thing for me, and I hope that's the kind of stuff Sheila Ford's looking at is how does he deal with adversity? How does he pull people with him?
Yeah,
right?
Bring them together.
He's only got 2 more tryouts, right? Stafford and them, he's getting his $1 million, whatever he gets, regardless of what happens the next 2 weeks. He's either going to get it from the Lions or somebody else, right? But it's more important when you're looking at creating a culture. How does Bevel deal with those? That's probably more of an interview than anybody else is ever going to get. It's if he wins all 5, automatic, right? He gets in. Now you're dealing with a little adversity, right? You won 1, you came close to 1, you got smacked in your 3rd one. Now you're playing the 4th one. This team, on paper, which you know better than I do, it seems like something we could win. I mean, Tampa's not all that great. They got weaknesses too. Yep. So this game, can he convince his team to go ahead and go after Tampa? I think, you're wrong, but I think the reason he pulled Stafford was to let him know that, hey, this is a train wreck. I'm not putting you out there again. You take care of me as whatever I need you to, and I'm not putting you out there. I think I could be way off and just be too sentimental like the Lions. I think that was more of a respect move than anything. There's no reason for us to keep getting you hit when we can't stop them. The game's virtually over. It would take nothing short of a miracle for us to win this, and it's not likely going to happen. I'm going to put somebody else in. Because I'm sure they had a conversation, and Stanford's probably like, I'm going back in. No, I don't need you to.
Yeah. And
I think that's the kind of stuff you have to see. Can Bevel take a team that's not good, and he has 2 games that he can legitimately win?
Right.
You got Tampa and Minnesota. Those are not powerhouse teams.
Not powerhouse, not easy, but
not powerhouse teams.
And the thing that I think is great is, you know, like, okay, you know, from an outside, from a fan, you know, Tank, you know, we want to have a draft pick. But for him, like you're saying, he's still trying to win this job. Here or somewhere else, he's trying to win a job.
Because
he's showing everybody what he can do because, like you said, not many people get this opportunity to do this. I mean, most of them are just hoping that they get the chance.
Yes.
He's got 5
There's only
games.
32
Whether it's his team or not, it's just about, we talk about how he gets players fun. Can they buy in? Will they believe that they can go out there and fight and beat this team? Yeah. I mean, you got 2 teams that are fighting in the playoffs.
His team, right? He's been there. This is the 2nd year.
Yeah.
Most of those players have been there. Whether he coached them directly or not, they've been in meetings. They've all been together. So it's his team, and the question is, can you convince them that there's a reason to go out there and smack Tampa Bay next week?
I really don't think that should be extremely difficult. I mean, it's not going to be easy, but my thought is this. Don't matter where we're drafting. As long as I got the right people up front, I'm confident my team's going to go somewhere. That's all that matters. But from their sake, like, they're doing what Bevel's doing, trying out. He said it himself. Everybody's watching these games. Yeah. So, you know, you're playing 2 teams that are trying to fight for the playoffs still. They have still an outside look. You know, Buccaneers already inside. You got 2 teams like that, and you got an opportunity to go play them, be the spoilers.
Oh, spoiler!
What?
That's a joke.
The spoilers merch coming soon. You got a chance to be the spoilers. And honestly, for Bevel, like, kind of what it was when he came in, there's nothing to lose. There's still nothing to lose. And no one, after seeing this, is expecting the next week or the week after that to look good.
No.
I mean, the bar is really low right now. When you fire your coach, the bar is low.
Yeah.
So he can make a great impression if he can rally.
He can still have a winning record.
He could still have a winning record, and if
5 games,
if you end up with a winning record, you got a legit case here or somewhere else, no question. I mean, this is a great opportunity for him. Yes, he wanted to make the playoffs, make that happen, but he wasn't the head coach those first 12 games. His job is 5 games. You know, he's basically,
he could be 3-2.
His season's 5 games.
He could be 3-2.
So if you finish with a positive record, that's a playoff team, right? So for him, I think, this is a great opportunity. You're playing basically 5 playoff teams way out. That's what we knew coming in. You see the Bears right now, what they're doing. They won again today. So look, you play 2 tough teams. Now you got two tough. You got a divisional opponent and you got a playoff team.
Yeah.
So you got an opportunity here. I mean, they should
show
be fired
that you
up.
can, and that's what it's going to come down to, right? Your players are no different. They're going to have injuries. You're going to have injuries. You rested your star quarterback. He might have been a little dinged up. You didn't want to put him out there in harm's way because in Bevel's mind, I got 2 more of these, right? I lose you today, I'm done.
Exactly.
So he goes, I got you for 2 more games, and let's just see. And that's the only thing I'm really interested in. Let's just see if he can bring those players back because there's no reason that our rusher isn't there next week. What's his name? Emerson, right?
Emerson, yeah. The COVID thing.
COVID ain't a month. I mean, nobody's out a month for COVID.
I think he should be able to get back. I mean, I don't know. We'll see throughout the week. We'll see. I mean, we'll update it through the week. We'll keep an eye on that as amongst other things. But no, I think you're right on. This is a good opportunity, and everybody out there, whether or not you're fighting for the playoffs or not, for him, that this wasn't a 16-game thing for him. This is 5 games, and he can see what he can do with a team in 5 games. And that could be a great look for him. This is his opportunity. You may never get this opportunity.
Yeah, and I think from a fan base, right? You gotta think about what it is. You only got 2 more weeks left, and football's done. I mean, unless you want to watch other teams and the college bowl game and all that stuff. But your Lions that you wait for every year are done in 2 weeks. So the question is, how do you want to spend those 2 weeks? Bitter, angry, and not watch them, or look at it and look deeper into it and find more details. That do I have a coach that could be, going forward?
You gotta
out of my players.
You gotta put. You gotta put the Sheila 4 glasses on.
Yeah, kind of see what you get. If it's your team and you follow them, you should never. I would never say I'm in a point where I don't want to watch a game because it's horrible. Don't get me wrong. Last year was tough when they had backups in the whole time. Without Stafford, it was hard to watch them, and I kind of drifted in and out. But you don't have that situation this year, right? We're in the same win-loss situation, but you're going to get a chance to see, do we have a coach or not?
To be the spoilers.
The spoilers. But that's really all I have for tonight. What about you?
Yeah, no, I think it's good. I can't remember what I was going to say. I was going to say something I completely forgot. The last couple games, they should be fun. I want to see, how the team rallies. And, we got a long time for football again. So let's enjoy it.
Let's enjoy these
We don't know what the future looks like with our quarterback, so let's enjoy the last 2 games.
And everybody have a Merry Christmas because we won't see you.
Merry Christmas, yep. Well, I will.
Oh, you will, but I won't see him probably.
Yeah,
maybe.
I might.
But probably not see you before
maybe.
before Saturday.
Saturday game. So prime time. Prime time. The spoilers are coming to town. Let me know. Wait, how do I end it? Let me know your thoughts, comments below. Tell them. Thank you for watching.
And we're out.
Oh, I don't like that. Are you kidding me right now? I had to put my helmet on for this one. Are you kidding? Look at this. Look at all these members. What? Yo, hey, shout out to all the members, man. Look how many All-Pro members there are. Like, literally, it's the whole screen, dog. This is crazy. The patrons, of course, the Hall of Fame members, man. Y'all got the gold color. It's kind of yellow, but it's supposed to be gold. Shout out to all the members, man. If you want to be a part of this, all you got to do is join the channel. But there are perks that come with it. Stay locked in the community tab if you are a member because that's where a lot of information comes out. I appreciate all of you. What?